My name is Shayla Harris, and I am doing a speech today on recording others without consent and my opinion on the issue in America today. Recording others without consent has always felt very wrong to me. I would never want anyone to record me without consent. Some people do not like to expose their identity to the internet, and some just simply do not like being recorded. Recording without consent can cause lots of arguments amongst people, businesses, and companies. Many companies have policies in place that you cannot record with their business whatsoever. Social media was created for positive use. Social media started in somewhat 90s, and social media is easy. Once it's there, it's always there, no matter what. The popular app Snapchat is the ghost emoji app that deletes conversations and pictures after you have sent them. You may think that is the case, but it is not. Anytime you put something on social media, it's there. It's deleted, it's still there. It's always there, no matter what. There have been many instances where videos have gone viral for all of the wrong reasons, and this can affect people tremendously. Some can turn out to be really famous for a positive reason, or some are really famous for a negative reason and they can lose their jobs, and it also affects their families. There are many reasons that people do not like being recorded, with one being digital footprint. Digital footprint is, long story short, a trace back of everything you have ever posted or been in. The popular app TikTok came out in 2019. Many people have gotten famous for wrong reasons on the app, and many people have lost jobs, college scholarships, acceptances, many, many more. If you post something racial, violent, or inappropriate or disturbing, it will follow you, and it will follow you forever. Even if it has been deleted, it'll still follow you. Digital footprint can and will affect you forever. It can affect you, for example, when you decide to get a job, when you decide to go to college, when you decide to buy a house, and so much more. This is why many people do not like to be recorded. Also, people have jobs such as police officers, county workers, politicians that prefer not to be recorded. For an example, the Secret Service, they probably don't let their families record them and take pictures of them because their job is to protect the president and all of the nation's politicians, and they are to remain anonymous, and they cannot reveal their identities. So that is another reason why recording without consent is not okay. If you're recording, the person being recorded should know about it. That is the most respectful way to go about it, and also the proper way to go about it. The only thing that I may see differently than others is if you go into a store, any retail or fast food place, I think if you're being ugly and you're being rude and disrespectful, I think that it's okay to record, because in those situations, a lot of times things can happen, such as physical violence, and I think that is a case where you can record without consent, because that can be used as evidence in a court case if it goes that far. My response to that, if it happened and somebody got upset with me, would be, you acted that way, and that's what happens when you act like that. If you were trying to fly on the low radar, you would not have acted that way. If I'm being recorded, I'd like to know about it. I think others would like to know if they're being recorded too. A lot of times when children are enrolled in child care or schools, private schools, anything of that sort, they are supposed to sign a form stating that if they're okay with their child being recorded while in their care, And that is because a lot of people do not like to be recorded. The internet can be a really scary place for some. There's a lot of dark people on the internet. There's a lot of negative people on the internet. And some people prefer to shield their children from those type of things, which I think is a great thing. But digital footprint is a real thing. I know people that have been affected by it. It's not something that is funny or a joke. It is something you have to deal with for the rest of your life. And it's not at all what you expect. It actually does affect millions of people, especially people that use the app TikTok, which you can see their faces in these videos. There have been, because of today's society and how this year is an election year, digital footprint is affecting many, many people. And that is why I think that you should not be recorded if you don't want to be, because if you're doing something that your future college wouldn't be okay with, or your future job wouldn't be okay with, and you don't want to be recorded, then you shouldn't have to be recorded. You should be able to stand up and say, you needed to have my consent before you decided to record, and just leave it at that. I think in all 50 states in America, recording without consent should be a crime, and you should face charges for that. I would not like to be recorded without knowing. I don't think anybody else would either.